After taking your Brushwork Techniques notes on page 25, you're going to go ahead and turn to the next page. And at the bottom right-hand corner of the next page, go ahead and write down 26. After you have done that, you're going to go ahead and take your Brushwork Technique rubric and glue that to the top of your page. Okay, so for your instructions, you're going to create a 6" by 7.5" area that is 1 inch from the bottom of the page and centered. And what we're going to go ahead and do first is make our line that's 1 inch from the bottom of the page first. So what I normally do, I make 2 marks just to make sure I have a straight line. After you make your 2 marks, you're going to go ahead and make a horizontal line. Now from here, you're going to go ahead and find your center. So everybody has a different measurement for the center depending on how wide your page is. So mine is 8.5 across. So my center will be 4.25. Now after you have found your center, you're going to take the 3" mark of the ruler and line that up with your center. You're going to make a mark at the 0 and the 6, and this is going to show our width of our area. Go ahead and erase the line on the left-hand side and the right-hand side. So we're just left with the bottom part of our area, which is now centered in 1 inch from the bottom of the page. We're going to go ahead and measure the height of our area, which is 7.5. So what I've done here, I'm going to line up my 7.5" mark with my line that I've already created. Then you're going to make a mark at the 0 and make sure that you have 2 marks to make your straight line. I'm going to line my 2 marks together and make a horizontal line once again. Now, just like we did at the bottom here, we're going to go ahead and find our center. And after you have found your center, you're going to line up the 3" mark with your center. Go ahead and make a mark at the 0 and make a mark at the 6. Then you're going to go ahead and erase the line on the left-hand side and the right-hand side. Now notice you have 3 marks at the top and the bottom. Go ahead and line up those 3 marks and make 3 vertical lines. So we now have our 6" by 7.5" area. For number 2, it says here that in your area you're going to create 2 columns that are 3 inches in width and 5 rows that are 1.5 inches in height. Now we already have our 2 columns that are 3 inches in width, so what we're going to do next is work on the height of each row. So make a mark at every 1.5 inches. So I'm doing this on the left-hand side, and I'm also going to do this on the right-hand side. Once again, just making sure that my lines are straight. I'm going to go ahead and line up my marks and make my horizontal lines. And as you can see here, we're going to have a total of 10 techniques that you're going to demonstrate. So the next thing is to label each technique. Starting on the column on the left, we're going to go ahead and label this box here opaque. That's O-P-A-Q-U-E. Across from that, we are going to write wash. The next one is varied lines. Next we have hatching. Followed by cross hatching. Moving on to stippling. Next we have dry brush. And then blending. And then the last row we have sponging. And finally, speckling. And these are the 10 techniques that you're going to demonstrate using a paintbrush.